This story didn't start with a fight announcement. It started with confusion, because 1 minute, people were talking about a potential clash between Islam Makhachev and Ilia Topuria, and the next, it was gone. No official fight, no build-up, just noise. And then Islam finally addressed it, and the way he explained it was direct. According to Islam Makhachev, the fight was real. Not rumors, not speculation. He says he actually got the call for a fight on a massive stage, and he accepted immediately. No hesitation. That part matters, because in situations like this, fans always question who avoided who said no, who backed out. Islam is making it very clear where he stands. He says he was ready, but then things changed almost immediately. According to him, the very next day, he was told something completely different. Not about the opponent, not about timing, but about money. Islam claims that Ilia Topuria asked for what he described as an unrealistic purse. Not just a higher payday, but something the UFC wasn't willing to agree to. And once that happened, the deal fell apart. No long negotiations, no back and forth dragging on for weeks. Just a straight stop. And Islam didn't try to complicate it either. He laid it out plainly. I got the call and accepted the fight at the White House. The next day, I was told he asked for an unrealistic purse. The UFC declined, and he pulled out. That's it. Nothing more to it. Ilia, stop talking. Every interview you give tells a different story. You pulled out, and you know it. That statement right there is what shifted everything. Because now it's not just about a fight not happening. It's about two completely different narratives. On one side, you have Islam saying he was ready, accepted immediately, and watched the fight disappear because of financial demands. On the other side, you've got Ilia Topuria doing interviews and telling his version of events, which according to Islam keeps changing. And that's where the tension really builds. Because in today's fight game, it's not just about what happens behind closed doors. It's about what gets said publicly after. Every interview becomes part of the story. Every quote adds fuel. And Islam clearly isn't buying what Topuria is saying. The stop talking line wasn't random. That was targeted. That was him calling out what he sees as inconsistencies. Basically saying, you know what happened, so why change the story? Now here's where it gets interesting. Money has always been a sensitive topic in the UFC. Fighters want what they believe they're worth, especially when it comes to high-profile matchups like this. And Topuria, coming off his rise and growing popularity, is in a position where he might feel justified asking for more. But from the UFC's side, there's always a limit. And according to Islam, that limit is exactly where this fight collapsed. So what we're looking at isn't just a fight falling through. It's a clash between opportunity and negotiation, between timing and value. And now, instead of seeing these two settle it in the cage, fans are watching it play out through interviews and statements. And that always creates more questions. Did Topuria really ask for too much? Was it a negotiation tactic that backfired? Or is there more behind the scenes that we're not hearing yet? Because the truth is, situations like this are rarely as simple as one sentence. But Islam is choosing to keep it simple. From his perspective, the story is already finished. He accepted. The UFC declined the demand, and Topuria pulled out. That's how he sees it. And by putting that statement out there so clearly, he's doing something very intentional. He's locking in his version of the story. Now the pressure shifts. Because if Topuria responds again, people are going to compare everything he says to this. Every detail, every difference. And in a sport where perception matters just as much as performance, that matters a lot. Because sometimes fights don't need to happen in the cage to feel real. Sometimes the build-up, the tension, the back and forth, that becomes the fight. And right now, that's exactly where this situation is. Not settled, not finished, but definitely not quiet anymore.